weeks old, or pretty close to it, and they will soon be fertile, and I don't want any more babies. So we're going to take the little boys out today and put them in their own cage. So I've already separated out little Nugget from Ginny's litter. So now I'm going to see if I can catch Bella's boys. And I've renamed little Tilly. She is now officially Little Humphrey. I think Humphrey is a cute name for a little boy mouse. So we're going to go and see if we can find Humphrey and little Brody and put them in with Nugget. I'm going to have the boys together for probably 2 more weeks, and then I'll separate them out into their own individual cages. I think they should be fine, and it'll be easier for them, the transition, if they have each other. Let's see, this little Brody. I'm going to actually catch all of them and just have one more double check to make sure that I don't have any more boys. Just a double check. Did the same thing with Ginny's litter, and with Ginny's litter everything was fine. I just have one little boy. So let's get little Brody. They're just getting out of their hoppy phase, which is really nice, because as soon as they're out of their hoppy phase, then I can put them in the open concept nurseries, and everybody will be much, much happier and have a lot more space. Now we got to go and have a look and see how many boys we have and how many girls. And we have one of Ginny's litter in here because I want to even out the numbers of mice. So I put her in here for already a few days ago. The little runt Lily. She's now part of Bella's troop. She was accepted straight away. There, you can really tell Brody's a boy. Look at that. Definitely a little boy. And let's see Humphrey. Oh, he's being shy. Yep, definitely a little boy. Humphrey's a boy. Already had a feeling when he was a baby that he was a boy, but I couldn't quite tell. So the boys are quite obvious, and the girls are pretty obvious too at this age. Gets a little confusing at times, but I'm going to have a good look at them after I've done the filming just to make sure. But this way you guys can see who's a little boy and who's a little girl. Okay, so it turns out we only have 2 little boys in Bella's litter, Brody and Humphrey, and I'm going to go and move them over to be with little Nugget. You can see they're almost over their hoppy phase. Quite easy, relatively easy to pick up and move. I don't have to worry about them hopping out of my hand as much anymore. So I'm going to leave them in here just to get to know each other a little bit, and then I'll put them into their main tank. So now they've had a few minutes to get to know each other again, and it's going to be time to put these little boys in the terrarium that I have set up for them. I think they're going to really like it. Put lots of things in here so that it'll be a lot nicer for them being away from their family. They'll have lots of things to chew, some grasses to eat. Really like to eat five-weed. It has a lot of nectar in it, so it's very sweet, and mice really like to eat it. They like to chew on aspen branches and chew the leaves and use the leaves for bedding. Here we have some grass seed heads. They're a little bit older now, but they'll still really enjoy chewing those up. And of course driftwood. Driftwood's always a big favourite with mousies. And then I've given them some nesting material and a water dish, and they also have a food dish down there. So everything that little mousy boys would need. Nothing in here has been part of any of their cages before, so they shouldn't feel territorial over anything that's in here. Later on, I'll probably give them a nest box, but for now, best keep everything very much neutral territory, and we'll see what the little guys think. So, I think I've got to get the little guys and put them into their new digs. Little Nugget. Okay, you first here, Nugget. Yeah, good boy. Okay, down you go. Okay, Humphrey. Get you. Oh, Humphrey. Let's get this little tiny itsy bitsy, such a pretty boy. I was so sure he was a girl for a while. There goes little Humphrey. Down he goes. There. Last but not least, little Brody has decided to be a little bit shy. Let's pick Brody up. There we go. I think he's going to be a real sweetheart. He's a very gentle little mouse. Down he goes. Weird to think that 4 weeks are over. They grew up so incredibly fast. To think that they would be able to breed within a few days is quite incredible. Mousies sure know how to reproduce at quite the rate. If I left them in with those girls, we'd soon have 100 mousies. Go that quickly. Keep them busy. Hopefully they won't fight and I can have them together for a week or two before I put them in their own individual cages, just to be safe. And then I have to wait for a month or two until they're big enough for neutering. They have to weigh at least 35 grams before they can be neutered. And it's going to take quite a few weeks for them to get that big. If you neuter them earlier, they're a little bit too small and underdeveloped and complications can happen. So I want to make sure that everything goes smoothly. So these little guys are going to have to wait until they're 35 grams. And then things should be fine. And once they're neutered, then I have to wait another few weeks so that their hormone level gets a little lower. And then I can start putting them in with other mice. And they are going to be so much happier living with other mice than living alone. Neutering's really worth it. A little bit pricey though, but oh well. I did make the mistake of putting Francis in with those females, so gotta take the consequences, and one of them is 3 little boys who are going to need to be neutered. I do like the little boys though. Always find it a little sad if my mousery just has girls. It's nice to have a little variety. And the boys have a slightly different energy than the girls, and it's always nice to have them in your mousery as well. End up with 5 boys. I've never had this many mice. 20 is a little much, but I think I'll be able to manage, but certainly no more. It's all peaceful over here and getting along. It's a good thing I mixed and matched the groups so the boys could get to know each other. So I don't think we're going to have any fighting for a while. I think it's going to be okay. From what I can see so far, Humphrey and Brody have fairly mellow temperaments, and Nugget's a little bit more of an edgy mouse. But it's just a guess. We'll see how things develop. They're fully weaned now. Everybody's drinking and eating on their own. Although that's another thing I learned. It takes quite a while for them to be fully weaned. They were still drinking from their mum at 3 weeks old. And basically, I'm not sure, but Ginny may still be feeding them. I'll have to check. Even though these guys will be fine now on their own. Yeah, I should go see and see if Ginny is actually still feeding them. If she's in the box, I'll go check. My guess is Ginny's no longer feeding you guys. I've noticed that the mother mice make themselves very scarce once the babies get at this age. They spend most of their time as far away from the babies as possible. I think it's because the babies are starting to get a little on the annoying side and they don't really want to nurse them anymore. But we'll see. Maybe Ginny is, because Ginny was nursing a lot longer than Bella was. Right now she just wants me to give her a worm. Yeah, maybe I should go get her a worm. Okay, Ginny, I'll go get you a worm. Just wait. You want a worm? You do, don't you? Yeah, you do. You usually do. One. There's one. Where's one? Oh, yes, you do. You always want a wormy. She's become quite the little wormy fiend since she's had to nurse everybody. What I'm going to do tomorrow, part of the filming, is I'm going to introduce them to peanut butter. See what the little guys think about peanut butter. And then we can continue with our socializing. Just got to get them addicted. Yeah, totally addicted to peanut butter. And then I will have these little guys wrapped around my finger. Yeah. They often do this. They check what Mom's eating, and they learn that way from Mom what you can eat and what you can't. Right now, I think she's trying to steal the wormy. Yeah, she's going to hold on to it. Yep, baby's got a little bit of worm now. So maybe I'll have a little worm addict, just like Ginny. Really helps to get them addicted to some kind of a treat, because then they'll start seeking you out, begging from you, and within no time you have totally won their trust. Gotta make a nest. No, I think the nursing is all over now. Ginny has done her duty. Everybody's grown up now. Nobody needs to nurse anymore. All doing good. Very healthy babies. Very healthy babies. Look popcorny. Now they've settled down a lot in the last few days, thank God. Which means they soon can be an open concept nursery. And then there'll be much less work for me, much more fun for them. There they all go. Okay, let's go check on the boys. Let's go check on the boys. Nugget just heard Butterfly the cat, and Butty is making a racket because she is jealous every time I spend time with the mice. She gets very upset because I'm supposed to spend time with her. Supposed to be in here, you know that? No. I know, you're whiny, but no. You are supposed to go out of here. You're not supposed to be in here. No Butterfly. I'm going to have to chuck you out. Yes. I think I can leave the little boys to it now. I think they'll be comfortable. They got lots of stuff to do. They got water and food. Have each other. So my guess is everything will be just fine for the next few days. Let's see how things go. Since this is such a small cage, I'll have to clean every day or two, so I'll be interacting with them lots and can monitor them lots. Make sure everybody's getting along and nobody's getting hurt. Little males, you just never know, because mostly once they mature, they will kill each other. Even if they grew up together, they will still try to kill each other. So it doesn't always happen. Sometimes you get males that can live together, but mostly they can't. Unless you get them neutered, and then things change. They become a little mellower and less territorial, and you can start having them live with other mice. But until then, once these little guys are fully mature, I have to separate them. But I'm hoping for the next 2 weeks, everybody will get along just fine before I have to isolate them, because mice don't like to be isolated. There is my wonderful little Blossom. Blossom, Blossom. Here she comes. Here she comes. She's so friendly. Hi, Blossom. Hi. Gotta check out the camera, hey? Yeah. I gotta clean your cage again, so to get a little bit messy, yeah? Hey, Blossom. Yeah. Here she goes. Blossom, 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 Blossom. Here she comes. Hi. Hi, Blossom. A very friendly girl in the moment. Woo! There she goes. I think everybody's doing just fine. I can leave them, check on them in the morning, but I'm sure everybody will be just fine. Somebody's a popcorny. Amazing how much they eat at this age. And I suppose they're growing boys. There she is. Blossom! Blossom! I found something, hey? Hey, Blossom. Hello. Such a friendly little girl. You're such a friendly little girl. Yeah. I'm gonna mix peanut butter, and tomorrow you guys are all gonna get peanut butter. Yes. Everybody's gonna get peanut butter. Yes.